This is Business Report Nigeria, brought to you by your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. I am Ruel Panawo. In a document titled List of Approved International Money Transfer Operators as at February 28, 2021, the Central Bank of Nigeria released the list of 47 international money transfer operators licensed to operate in the country. Recently, the CBN introduced a rebate of 5 naira for every $1 of fund remitted to Nigeria through IMTOs in its forex policy, and Godwin Emefiele, CBN governor, said this new measure will help make the process of sending remittance through formal bank channels cheaper and more convenient for Nigerians in the diaspora. Now, some of the operators have their addresses in Nigeria and others are based outside the country. Prince Clem Agba, Minister of State, Budgets and National Planning, has revealed that in the last 5 years, Nigeria's economic growth has been very slow. Now, while presenting a medium-term National Development Plan, MTNDP, 2021 to 2025 framework and agenda, the minister said during this period, the country's economy grew by an average of less than 2%. He reminded that despite being the largest oil producer and exporter in Africa, the country has the lowest GDP per capita, as Nigeria is faced with binding constraints preventing her from realizing her development aspirations. As a solution, the MTNDP will establish a strong foundation to diversify the economy through MSME's growth and a more resilient business environment. On Monday, 22nd March, the Nigerian Ports Authority, NPA, announced a 14-day suspension of export receipt at the Lagos and Tinkan Island port complexes. Now, according to them, the suspension is part of the authority's efforts at improving access and service delivery. Ibrahim Nasser, the Assistant General Manager, Corporate and Strategic Communication of NPA, has said the suspension of export receipts is effective at both ports and all satellite truck parks. What triggered this development is the need for consultations with export cargo stakeholders and the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, NEPC, with the purpose of harmonizing procedures required of owners of this category of cargo. Stakeholders have been assured that the suspension does not in any way affect export refrigerated cargo and trucks. Point of sale POS merchants operating in Nigeria citing incessant fraud cases have asked the Central Bank of Nigeria to change its policy towards chargeback claims on transactions. The CBN policy allows POS cardholders to lodge a chargeback claim within 6 months of the transaction, giving the POS merchants only 48 hours to defend the claim. If the merchants are unable to, they will be automatically debited by the switch company. And according to the operators, fraudulent cardholders have adopted a strategy where they wait for a month or more before raising false chargeback claims with their banks. The 2-day window for the POS operators is apparently not enough to defend the claim because they would have to look for the transaction receipt, which might no longer be within reach. There's more coming up on Business Report Nigeria. I will be back after this short break. Thank you for staying. Nigeria has received 300,000 doses of the Oxford AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccines from telecom giant MTN. Boss Mustafa, chairman of the Presidential Task Force PTF on COVID-19, said they were received on Sunday, 21st March 2021. Now, according to officials, MTN made a donation of 7 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccines to African countries, and Nigeria, having already commenced vaccination from previously received vaccines, is expected to receive 1.4 million doses by the end of March 2021. The Bank of Industry, as part of its efforts made to boost Nigeria's economic recovery and sustainable growth, has, under the supervision of the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, concluded a $1 billion syndicated term loan in conjunction with international partners to further support small and medium-scale enterprises in Nigeria. Otumba Adeniyi Adebayo, Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, said the loan is aimed at further improving the capacity of the bank to effectively support MSMEs across key sectors of the Nigerian economy with affordable loans and moratorium benefits. Currently, discussions are ongoing with Dun and Bradstreet to establish an SME risk rating agency. Reports have it that Adamu Lamtek, Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, has said Nigerian residents will not be discouraged from trading cryptocurrencies, as the previous circular on the ban was made with intentions to protect the banking sector from crypto-related activities. Even now, Bitcoin in Nigeria has continued to rise because citizens are exploring crypto for remittances, and in the last month, Bitcoin witnessed a 60% premium. At a seminar in Abuja, Lamtek claimed the CBN did not place restrictions from use of cryptocurrencies and are not discouraging people from trading in it. What was just done was the prohibition of transactions on cryptocurrencies in the banking sector. Recall that last month, CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele previously banned banks from servicing crypto exchanges in the country through a circular issued by the CBN, and banks and other financial institutions have begun complying with the directive. The Central Bank of Nigeria has shifted official forex transactions to the investors and exporters INE forex window. This adoption of a new flexible exchange rate policy for official transactions marks the third devaluation of the naira in a year. In the INE window, the exchange rate had remained at 410 naira per dollar since February, but at the parallel market, naira exchanges at 486 naira to dollar. According to Zainab Ahmed, Finance Minister, the government will start to use the flexible rate for government transactions too. You're still watching Business Report Nigeria. More coming up after the break. Manufacturers in Nigeria are faced with difficulties in accessing dollars to pay for imports of raw materials and machinery due to foreign exchange scarcity, which has taken its toll on all areas of the economy. The overwhelming fear of the takeover of listed multinationals by foreign investors if the Central Bank of Nigeria fails to grant foreign exchange cover to repatriate their unclaimed dividend is spreading fast. Unclaimed dividend totals 158.44 billion naira, and there is high proportion of foreign investors' share of unclaimed dividend. Investors are worried that if foreign investors decide to buy more shares with their portion of unclaimed dividend, it would reduce the amount of shareholding owned by local investors and give foreign investors an opportunity to own a controlling stake in these multinational firms. The government has been asked to put structures in place to protect local shareholders. AO and FA Consulting has said its entry into the financial sector will add value to the Nigerian economy. Its co-founder, Olawale Abiola, said, and I quote, "We came together because we have something that will benefit the Nigerian and global economy. One of our aims is to solve the unemployment problem in Nigeria." He went further to say people see them as an audit firm, but they are free thinkers who look at problems and apply the right principles to solve them. Now, pertaining to Nigeria's economy, Olawale said, "The economy is so vast that it should solve the problem of unemployment, and as a firm we recognize that opportunity. We discovered that there are so many business opportunities in Nigeria, and what we are trying to do is to ensure that such opportunity is looked into and taken." The federal government had revealed its plan to commit $3 billion to the power sector in the next 2 years. This is expected to raise the current 4,900 megawatts to at least 7,000 megawatts. Ahmad Zakari, special advisor to President Buhari on infrastructure, noted that apart from the $500 million worth of loans the government secured from the World Bank earlier this year, there are still expectations from another facility from the African Development Bank, AFDB. He was vocal about the fact that with renewed financial discipline in the sector in response to the intervention by the Central Bank of Nigeria, electricity tariffs are expected to hit 100 billion naira in the short to medium term, and government has plans to end subsidies by the end of the year. For clarity, he said, and I quote, "People say if you eliminate subsidies, you are going to have poor people or the vulnerable people pay more. But we argue that the only reason the power price in Nigeria is high is that we do not generate enough. If you generate 10 gigawatts of power, the tariff will be half of what it is now. Keeping the prices officially low is not the approach. Increasing delivery power is the approach that will effectively get the same output, which is making the citizen pay lower." The Nigerian Stock Exchange reopened on a high note yesterday in response to gains recorded by large capitalized stocks which include Julius Berger, BUA Cement, UAC of Nigeria, and Stanbic IBTC. Market capitalization appreciated by 178 billion naira. Yesterday, at the reopening of trading, the all-share index rose by 340.48 points or 0.89%, leading investors to gain 178 billion naira in value as the market capitalization went up to 20.260 trillion naira. In reaction, analysts have said we retain the expectation of a short-term rebound in the market. The improvement for the second consecutive week shows mild interest in key counters as investors begin to buy the dip but value stocks. And on that note, we end Business Report Nigeria. Thank you for watching. Do follow us on social media at TOS TV Network on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at TOS TV Network. I am Ruel Panao. Thank you for staying with us.